We're called to serve the most vulnerable children.
It's a sad story in so many ways. We want to help, we want to make a difference. This clinic is a real lifesaver for children.
If you've ever thought about sponsoring a child, please do it right now.
If there's anyone I look to embody sort of the soul and spirit of this ministry, it's Davetoycen.
His passion, spirituality, everything shaped by his long association with World Vision.
You can't compartmentalize it to being president of World Vision Canada or being in charge of marketing Australia and all the other different roles, because he's always just lived out who he is.
He's an amazing dad and he's an amazing person, and we're just proud of him.
He's not leading to sell the next book or to get the honorary doctorate, which he's done, but he's serving because he genuinely cares for the poor and he cares for the most vulnerable.
They broke the mold when they made Davetoycen.
You've been to some of the worst places in the world. You've been to the Asian tsunami, the Rwandan genocide, you've been to Haiti after the earthquake. Tough places at the toughest point in time for people living there. What's the most challenging for you through the years as you look back?
As a human being who tries desperately to love and care, just to deal with these almost intransigent situations where people are dying, for whether it's violence, whether it's starvation because there's not enough food available, whether it's illness or disease, to just see that day after day and experience after experience is extremely challenging. Meeting with those people, hearing their stories, seeing mothers and children, fathers who have so little and yet they still have hope and in many cases still find joy in life. It puts your world in perspective.
The most important gift any human can give is to say, I'm there. I hear and feel what you're saying, and I will shoulder some of that burden with you. That is the gift of Davetoycen.
The thing that really touched us most and ultimately changed Helen's and my lives was to see Dave talking to a mother, asking about her children, being genuinely interested in their situation and intending to make sure that some difference got made, often in tears.
Dave is really a master of taking big picture, complex situations and reducing them down to stories that really touch your heart.
When I first met him in Archer, he left me with his book, The Power of Generosity, and I think he embodies that in the way that he's lived his life and the way that he engages with people.
Dave was always supportive of advocacy. Dave understood the value of it, and it's hard often to measure the impact. And advocacy is not something you do on your own. You do in collaboration with many others.
It makes me feel proud that he could have that influence on other cultures and other countries and governments.
He is also clear that we as an organization have said, we are about the fullness of life for every child. We better deliver it.
When something's not right, Dave just speaks boldly, clearly about it, and he wants to get action. He wants to get in there and get it done.
It's unforgettable. You will say, until we totally eradicate this sort of a situation, I will not rest.
Dave, you have had 42 years. You've seen so much in your life and in your career with World Vision. What do you say to Canadians when you say, this is why you should care?
We're here to help children. We use the phrase for child well-being. We want children to not simply survive, but to thrive, to have a future. Whether others are doing it or not, it doesn't matter. We've been called to do that.
That's our challenge. That's our opportunity. And at World Vision, this is our mandate.
It's still, for me, it's the best expression of what I want to do with my life. I think that's the bottom line for me. And so I jokingly say, I'll be bleeding orange until I die.
When we talk about the great heroes of World Vision, Dave's name is going to be on that list. The Toysons, the Mooneyhams, the Angstroms, the Pierces, and Dave will be in that kind of hall of heroes of World Vision.
It's a huge blessing just to know him.
He has brought about that joy that puts goosebumps on your arm and makes your hair stand on end.
His heart is truly broken by the things that break the heart of God, and you see that again and again.
So oftentimes when I've interviewed children or I've interviewed parents, I feel them behind me when I go back to Canada, that they're this silent watchers, watching to see, are you going to tell them the truth? Are you going to tell them what you saw? And that never goes away, never goes away. And I pray it doesn't.
Dako kayo ko ang pasalamat kay tungod siyang gihatag ng mga GN, nagbago na ko ang kinabuhi. Tulog siya ako ang inspiration nga nung naka-eskwela ko tungod karon.